There are several important ingredients in my opinion that make up a book I am sure to enjoy. If you were to mix together books, magic and time travel, there's not a whole lot more to say. I am all in. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. You're with Chris, and today I'll be giving my spoiler-free review of The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. This is his debut novel, released only just last month, and I enjoyed it so much that it became my book of the month for February. Alright, so let's start how I always like to, with what the book is about, taken straight from the cover copy. Some doors should never be opened. New York bookseller Cassie Andrews is not sure what she's doing with her life. She lives quietly, sharing an apartment with her best friend Izzy. Then a favourite customer gives her an old book full of strange writing and mysterious drawings. At the very front there is a handwritten message. This is the Book of Doors. Hold it in your hand, and any door is every door. Cassie's about to discover that the Book of Doors is a special book, a magic book, a book that bestows extraordinary abilities on whoever possesses it, and she's about to learn that there are other magic books out there that can also do wondrous or dreadful and terrifying things. Because where there is magic, there is power, and there are those who will stop at nothing to possess it. Suddenly, Cassie and Izzy are confronted by violence and danger, and the only person who can help them is Drummond Fox, who has a secret library of magical books hidden in the shadows for safekeeping, a man fleeing his own demons, because there is a nameless evil out there that is hunting them all, because this book is worth killing for. Okay, so I don't have anything negative to say about this book, so let's get on with what I enjoyed the most. Now, the magic system, have to talk about that first up. Magic books, I loved how there are so many books out there that give their owners extraordinary abilities capable of performing miraculous and evil deeds. And the novel explores in glorious detail the way in which these books can be used. For example, I'll reel off just two of these types of books so I won't spoil anything, okay? Besides the Book of Doors, there is the Book of Shadows, which allows its owner to hide in plain sight, essentially. That's all I'll say about that, but it is very, very good for hiding from and evading your enemies. And the second book I'll briefly touch upon is the Book of Despair, which is a very diabolical book where its owner has the power to traumatize somebody forever, because it'll take away all their happiness and joy and well-being, and their mind will be filled with darkness and despair forever. So you would be institutionalized, if not dead, which is in the hands of someone evil. It's not a happy thought. There are other books that I'm not going to mention here because I don't do spoilers on this channel, but rest assured there are heaps of books that have different powers, and you'll have to find out for yourself on what they are when you read this book, and I implore you to read it. I think the tension surrounding the big bad of the book is very compelling, because the character is simply referred to as the woman, but she is evil incarnate, and she'll stop at nothing to possess all the books for her own horrifying intentions. And given that some books lay scattered across the globe, there's only a select few people who actually own these types of books, that she'll never stop hunting them until she possesses them all, because she is hungry for the ultimate power. The characters, look, the way Cassie and Izzy play off each other is great, because they have a really good friendship where they're both like oil and water, but they blend very well in the book. And when they start to use the book for the first time, they get the attention of other parties interested in this book, who will stop at nothing to possess it, because it is one of the most sought after books and most powerful books ever. And all you have to do is visualize in your own head a door that you remember, or picture a door any location on the planet, and you are there. Just by opening your bathroom door, it opens into another portal straight to another location. I really like the character of Fox Drummond. He is the sole custodian now of the Fox Library, after having suffered a few losses about 10 years ago that left him reeling from a certain altercation, and it forced him into hiding from the woman until he is called upon again to get back into the fray. And when he does this, he has to overcome his own inner demons and rise to the occasion and control his fear and overcome his survivor's guilt, which he's had for a long time. time travel. I have to actually talk about this because I am a sucker for time travel in fiction, especially if it is done correctly. Now, it's always a very complex form of writing, but the way Gareth Brown navigates this is exceptional. There's nothing too far-fetched about it. It makes sense because the rules of time travel are followed pretty faithfully, and the only thing you do have to do is pay attention to some parts with converging timelines and alternate timelines and that sort of thing. There are touching moments when time travel occurs, giving the ability for the traveller to get a second chance, but it also helps in dealing with unsavory types as well. It can be a very, very useful tool for that, which I'm not going to go into here because you have to find out for yourself. Okay, now some reveals. These reveals were so satisfying, it doesn't get any better than this. For example, it is brilliant how Cassie first becomes the owner of the book. She gets it given to her by a customer in the bookshop where she works, and you don't think anything of it at the start of the book. You feel, you question why she's given the book, and you have to wait right until the end until you find out why and how she was given the book, which is absolutely a brilliant masterstroke. Where the books come from and what created them is very, very interesting, and you get the answer to that question. And we get an answer about the woman's origins, which is probably the most groundbreaking aha moment in the entire book. You get to see why she became the way she did, and you'll never ever guess how that actually happens. It's just pure genius, and the whole book is a great example of good versus evil, and you get a real taste of what these books are capable of, both good and evil. So in the wrong hands, it's not a happy thought about what could happen to the planet as a result. But some final thoughts. I absolutely love the book because I'm a sucker for books, magic and time travel, and if you like those things too, it's definitely the book for you, and I implore you to go out and buy a copy, pick it up and get stuck in. It will enthrall you. I love that the ending of the book is wide open for a sequel now, because there are more books out there that need protecting and to be found, but more importantly, a new team of Guardians has been assembled for the Fox Library. It's been established, and I love that because they're, you know, you get this new team getting together at the end of the book, and there is so much scope for further adventures from this team that if it becomes a series or even a trilogy, I am there. It will be a day one purchase for me because Gareth Brown, as a debut author, you wouldn't think it was his first book by reading it. He had a great editor because it's so polished and clean, and the pacing was great. The characters were very multi-dimensional, and the stakes were very high as well, and emotional stakes too, because Cassie gets put through the ringer in terms of emotions and what she has to go through in order to overcome various obstacles she has to face. But I can't fault the book. It's a 5-star read. It's the reason why it got my book of the month of Feb, and I'm so happy with that decision because yeah, I will envy anyone who picks this up for the first time, because you are in for a real treat. Alright, so that is it for my spoiler-free review of the Book of Doors. Thank you very much for watching. If you like and subscribe, as always, I'll promise to deliver the best content I can, and if you've got any feedback, offer it up. I'll engage with you about that. But until the next video, guys, happy reading.